today, Corey, what we're going to have is, to us, our first experience with Jester King out of Texas. Yes. This is Provenance. Glub, 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 glub.
So first off, before we even get into this beer, I have to thank Grant Angel. He was the one who sent us this beer straight from Texas. So Keith, guess what? You can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it.
Thank you, Grant. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, we did a nice little beer trade. He sent us 4 Jester Kings. We'll get to all those very shortly. And what this is, it's a farmhouse ale made with a whole bunch of different yeasts, some wild, some brewers, made with some Great American hops, also fermented with oranges and grapefruit, and not juice added later, but fermented with it.
Yes.
And they really made a point to say that. So it should take on a whole new characteristic of its own.
And kind of like I alluded to in the beginning, Provenance is the origin of something. Doesn't matter what it is. So this is our first Jester King, and this is Provenance the beer. Let's dive our noses in and see how it smells.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. The first word that comes to my mind is funk, because that's what it is. It's yeasty. It's like yeast driven. You can tell by how hazy this is that it's yeast driven, but it's also got like some great tart sour notes. So hopefully that is the case.
Always with Farmhouse, I always get lemon,
okay,
like pine sol lemon, and I mean it kind of looks like pine sol to me. I also get a little bit of that grapefruit character, and I don't get a whole lot of orange off the nose, but I do get grapefruit and lemon, some kind of really fresh, lemony, cleaning scent.
Yeah, I get you. It's funny that you say cleaning, because for me it's a little bit dirty.
Oh.
Like it's earthy. It's like raw. It's rustic, and I know that's what Jester King wants. They want it to be raw and rustic and artisanal.
But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into our very first Jester King. Grant, thank you. Cheers.
Ooh, that's a lot different than I expected.
Oh, I like that.
I really like that, though. That is clean and crisp and tart, refreshing, sour.
This is really good.
I don't want to say beer lemonade, but in a way it kind of is. It's like its own natural shandy.
It's like just a little sour.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's like a little curveball, because a lot of these farmhouse ales to me always finish really dry, and they kind of are really upfront on that like Belgian funk. But this one has a nice little kind of like left turn with a little sour addition to it. I kind of like it.
It's very effervescent. It's very bright and clean and light. But man, is that just drinkable and delicious. I almost feel like I wish it was summertime for this beer and not in the middle of a 5-inch snowfall.
This, I think, is what Coors Light Summer Brew was going for. They missed the mark slightly. But I think this is what they're going for. A nice, refreshing, light, effervescent, lively kind of beer. And really, really surprising. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting, because we've had plenty of farmhouse ales on the show. None of them have been like this, though. Definitely a little grapefruit on the back end there. That sort of like, I know grapefruit's not your favorite thing from past episodes, but for me, I love grapefruit, and there's something warming about grapefruit. I don't know. For me, it's always a warm sensation, a sweet, warming sensation with grapefruit. I get that with this. I almost don't get any oranges. There's just on the very, very back end, I get a very slight orange juice quality.
Okay, yeah. I get it. I get the hype. I get the reason people are trading for these type of beers. This is just really delicious. Ron, what are you going to give it?
I think I'm going to go like 94.
Okay.
I mean, and honestly, that might even be a little too low.
Yeah.
I know it's a different take on a farmhouse ale. I know most of them don't have a sour kind of twang to them. So for that, I think it kind of stands on its own.
Yeah.
But really, really good.
I'm going to kind of go a little bit higher. I'm going to go like a 96. To me, it's kind of a mix between like a Berliner Weiss and a farmhouse ale. Because it does have that nice souring tartness, like you said, and it does have that fruity component, but it's also very rustic and earthy like a farmhouse. I just really like what they did with this one. I'm going to go 96.
Well, we need to give Grant another huge shout out. Grant, thank you for sending us the Jester King. I now can't wait to dive into the other ones that he sent along. I think a great trade. Thank you again. And if you get Jester King in your area, make sure to pick this one up. And if you don't, maybe seek out a trade partner like Grant.
And until you do, always remember,
we're the Brew Review crew.
We'll review
a brew for you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Guys, we hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Brew Review Crew, and if you liked the Jester King, make sure you leave comments below, and if there's another Jester King we should get our hands on, make sure you put that in the comments below. Corey, tell the fine people at home what they should do next.
They're going to click right about here for a random video and right over there to see our BCBS Vanilla Rye.
Oh, don't miss that one.
Woo. See ya.